And here's something that Zack Snyder did in this movie that I don't think he's ever done in one of his movies that was just like... Rebel Moon, baby! What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Can't believe we're actually here after everything that's happened in the past few years. Well, I mean, just Zack's career in general. And knowing that he has been thinking about this movie since, what, the 80s, he said? And the fact that it's actually now here, it's just, it's being that he's one of my all-time favorite directors, it's absolutely beautiful. And yes, I was lucky enough to go to the LA premiere of the movie, and that was just absolute insanity and quite an experience. And just to watch this movie at the Chinese theater, but I was pretty close though, I will say. I was like, oh, you know, because you can't pick your seats when it comes to that. But anyways, what did I think of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon? Oh yeah. I cannot wait for the extended R-rated cut. Cannot wait. And I even when it came to talking to people last night, I put out this question and was like, what would you rather see, part 2 first or the extended R-rated cut? And some people were like, oh, that's an interesting question. Because me, right now, I want to see the R-rated extended cut. And luckily enough, they announced it actually today that we will in fact see that cut before the second part comes out, because I thought it was going to come after. It was initially rumored that it was going to be coming out till summer, but now apparently we're going to see that, because I mean, there's reasons, and that's part of my gripes when it comes to actually this movie, but not too many gripes, I will say. Zack just pulls in all these genres. Okay, I'm not a big fantasy guy. I'm a big sci-fi guy, but I've never been like a huge fantasy guy. But man, he just combines these both of them in like even a Western sense. Like he just pulls in like, so you could tell the inspirations that he got from Seven Samurai and Magnificent Seven, Dirty Dozen, whatever. You could just tell that he's pulled in all this, and thank God it didn't get turned into a Star Wars. Although the comparisons to Star Wars are going to be there, absolutely, but it's not... To me, it wasn't even that much. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it, because it's all about this. Yeah, a similar story and whatever the hell. Shut up. But he just pulls all this in there, and it's just, the way that he does it, it's just great. And the characters, and this is part of my gripes, is the fact that obviously building this team that's going to rebel against this evil presence that's been happening, is the fact that it's like some of these scenes are not fleshed out as much as you might want them to be, because there's so much that they're doing. And it's still a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. And the thing is, it still flows very well. And I think a lot of people will absolutely dig this version of the movie, because it's like, okay, we could watch this. You can watch it with your kids, because it's not craziness that's happening. There's not just crazy graphic violence, and it's not going to be a 3 hour movie. But I want the 3 hour. I want the crazy violence, because man, when it comes to some of the action sequences, and we all know, we saw the trailer when she's like going in, when Korra is going in with like a hatchet, you could just, wow. The action is still great. It's got the Snyderisms, you know, the slow to the fast and everything. You know, you got all that, and you got Junkie XL score that is just on top of it, which is, but I'm going, oh man, there was blood splatter there. They cut away, and it's like, okay, it still works, but man, I cannot wait to actually see how these action sequences actually play out. And wow, I'm like, just can't wait. And I'm also wondering how many F-bombs are in this thing. So that's essentially one of the gripes when it comes to this. Sure, but it's not even really that much of a gripe, because I know I'm going to get an extended version. I mean, I will say too that I wish that and I won't say which characters, but I wish there were some characters that had more screen time. Absolutely, because it's just like, can I get more? Visual effects are great, and I mean, when it comes to Jimmy, I'm like going, okay, usually you can, you know, obviously it's somebody in mocap and whatever, and usually you can kind of tell. Sometimes it gets a little jerky, but not in this, but, you know, with other movies, man, some of the close-ups and everything, I'm going, wait, that's not a real robot? And here's something that Zack Snyder did in this movie that I don't think he's ever done in one of his movies that was just like... Oh my God, that's beautiful. I was talking about this with Mr. Stephen Colbert. Okay, we were like talking about the movie, and we kind of just were like, has Zack ever done like a full-on war sequence where you have both sides just, brrr, 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 you know, and you just kind of go back. It's like, well, he's had guns, of course, but mainly when it comes to like his action sequences and fighting and whatnot, even war sequences, there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat. Swords, shields, whatever the hell. You got 300. Dawn of the Dead was against zombies, you know, and then of course you have all the superhero stuff that doesn't have both on both sides, kind of like that. Maybe there's been like brief things. There's never been full on like war sequences, and then you got a sci-fi war sequence. Because one of my favorite scenes of the movie was, you know, you saw it in the trailer where we see Cora's backstory when she was a soldier for the bad guys, and you see, I mean, you have the Snyderisms all through there, but you have these wide shots that are showing like this battlefield. It is just all the characters are great, the action's great, visual effects great, and like I said, the only thing that's holding it back is just that PG-13 cut, and I want everything a little bit more fleshed out, which I'm going to get, which I'm absolutely looking forward to, and I will say it's going to leave you wanting more. It's going to very much leave you wanting more, because the way that this ends, you just go like, what? That's pretty much my review of Rebel Moon right there, at least this version of it. Of course, you know, when the extended cut comes out, I'll do another review and everything. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. If you saw it, obviously I'm going to see it again this weekend. You guys are seeing it too. Hopefully, the lucky people that have screenings in your around your location. So hopefully you guys will see it. So let me know your thoughts about it down below, or come back and let me know your thoughts after you watch it on Netflix. Hit that like, thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. Follow me on all the sock meds that are around me. All right, guys? Oh, man. I am in this Snyderverse like crazy. Talk to you later.